Hi everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes. And today I am going to be showing you how I like to make my homemade veal parmesan recipe. This is a very traditional recipe that has been around for many years, but today I want to show you how I like to make mine. And the ingredients you'll be needing are very few, and we'll go from there. So what I have here are 10 veal scallopini. If you can see, they're nice and thin. Okay, so you're gonna need veal scallopini. If not, you can use a thin beef, something you could find that isn't very thick. Okay, so going on from our veal, you are going to need a few eggs. What I have here are 3 eggs, so we can coat them and then bread them. Now, if you use 3 eggs, you find you need more, just add a little bit more. Or if you're making a less quantity of veal, then you can use 2. You know, you can just eyeball it and go from there. So here I also have some just traditional basic breadcrumbs. That's what you will need. I have about 2.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, which will be for the top of our veal before we bake it in the oven. And for our spices, we have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And that's about it. Actually, we'll also need a jar of marinara sauce. Now you will need either some marinara sauce or some prepared tomato sauce. As long as it's prepared, then you can use any one of your choice. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, so now first off, we are going to take our veal, which we have washed and dried, and place it into a larger dish or bowl, whatever you have on hand. Okay, and we're going to add in our spices. Now adjust the salt and pepper to your liking and to your taste. Definitely if you want to add more or less, that is totally up to you. Okay, so we're just going to make sure we kind of just marinate them a little bit in these spices. Okay. You know what? It's better to get our clean hands in here and make sure all of them have some spice. Okay, so now we're just going to mix our eggs. Now that our egg mixture is done, just going to grab a fork, and we are going to start dipping our veal into our egg mixture. Okay, so dip it in the egg. Right, drip off the excessive egg, dip it in the breadcrumbs. Okay, make sure it's well coated. Okay. Okay. And now onto a plate. Okay, so again, we'll take a veal, okay, into our egg mixture. Right. Keep one hand for your egg mixture, one hand for your dry mixture, and then drip off the excessive egg onto here. Right, very simple, guys. It's a very simple recipe. Definitely not something you're going to eat every day because it is fried and then baked, but it is very delicious, very simple, very simple. Okay. Make sure it's well coated in the breadcrumbs. Okay. Now I'm going to continue breading the rest of my veal, and then we'll move on to frying them. Okay, so what I have here is a frying pan with half olive oil, half vegetable oil. This way it creates a less risk of your veal burning. So that's what I like to do when frying any type of meat or anything like that. So a mixture of the both, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of each, and make sure that your stovetop is on medium heat. Okay, so now with our oil up to temperature, we are ready to fry up our veal. So just a couple at a time. Okay. Just a couple minutes on each side, and then flip another couple minutes, and then into the casserole pan or dish, whatever you're using, so we can prepare for baking. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and I have already turned this one over. When you notice they're lightly golden, you know they're ready to flip. Now also, when you start frying your veal scallopini or whatever kind of beef you're using, make sure that your oil is already at temperature. You don't want to put it in when the oil isn't ready and it's lukewarm, because it will soak up all the oil and your veal will not be great or tasty at all. So you want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Make sure that your frying pan and oil are at temperature as soon as you are ready to fry. Now, because our veal is very thin, it will not take long at all to fry. And also keep in mind that when we place it in the oven, it will finish baking, because it will be in there for about 20 minutes or so. So it will finish baking if they are not fully cooked through. Alright, so now that we have our first layer of veals fried in our casserole dish, what we're going to do is we're going to place some more marinara sauce on the top, okay, of each and every one. And you can start preheating your oven at 375 degrees. I have 3 more left to fry. And then we'll do the same thing before placing it into the oven with our last 3 veals. Okay, so now with our cheese on top of each veal. So now I'm going to finish frying the remaining of my veals, and then we'll do the same thing with them, and then we'll place it covered with some aluminum foil into our oven. Okay, so now that our veals are complete, we are going to wrap our dish with some aluminum foil. Okay, and we're going to leave this in our oven baking at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so as soon as mine are finished baking, I will show you what they look like and how long they were in there for. Okay, so my veal was in the oven for exactly 25 minutes, and now it is very, very hot. So we're gonna have to let it rest a little bit. So if you want your cheese to be a little more on the golden side, then maybe 5 minutes before it is ready, you can take out the aluminum foil and put it on a higher temperature, say like 400. Leave it in for 5 to 7 minutes, just so you can get the golden cheese look. So I like mine just as it is, so I'm gonna allow it to cool off, and then we're gonna serve and we're gonna try it. Okay, so our veal parmesan cooled off a little bit, and now it's time to try it. I can't even tell you guys how delicious this is. So easy to make. but yet tastes amazing. You can add a side dish of spaghetti. I mean, you can serve it with anything you want, some pasta, some rice, some potatoes. It's totally up to you and totally up to your preference. So I really do suggest that you guys try this recipe. It is amazing. Well, everyone, it's as simple as that. And you know what? I have to go in for another piece because this is so good. I can't even tell you. Okay, so I really hope you guys give this a try. I can guarantee you will fall in love with it and it will become a family favorite. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page. The link will be here down below and also in the description box. Also, the recipe, the full recipe, will be in the description box as always. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see my future videos. And don't forget to comment if you have any comments or questions down below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends, share it with your family, and just enjoy it. So take care, everyone. See you in my next video. Bye.